Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and welcome to September. Hello, all hail eclipse activity, which will be starting now, starting on September 17th, although you may have already started feeling it as early as August. We will also have our last Libra eclipse in your partnership house, the 7th house, on October 2nd at 10 degrees of Libra. Here are the dates. Write them down. I'll also put them in the description box down below, and I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible while offering you as much information as possible, as I'm losing daylight outside and I like recording outdoors. All right, the month of September starts with Virgo energy in your 6th house. It stays with us until the sun moves into Libra, your partnership house, on September 23rd. Mercury is in Leo until September 8th before moving back into Virgo. Mercury is now direct, but will be fully out of shadow and on the coffee by September 12th. Venus is still in Libra until September 22nd. Again, over in your 7th house, glowing up a partner, partnerships and business, love and money. There is a lot of energy as well around organizing daily routines, your health, how you're taking care of your body, health practitioners that you tap into to optimize your wellness. Also, your pet's health could be in focus. Partners in business, love are also highlighted all throughout the month as well. The best time for the rest of the year to initiate new beginnings in your life, and write this down, this is very important, is September 12th through October 6th, as all the personal planets will be direct and out of shadow period, and the personal planets are Venus, Mars, Mercury, the sun, but the sun doesn't retrograde, and the moon doesn't retrograde. September 2nd, the new moon in Virgo will be at 11 degrees in your 6th house of health, and you could have a new beginning starting now and over the next 6 months in what you do for work, how you take care of your body, especially with the eclipse is kicking off on this like health axis. So the 6th house of Virgo and the 12th house of Pisces. You could be organizing yourself for better work output, getting a new pet, finding a fated healer, an herbalist, a naturopath, or even a person who helps you with just organizing your life and work. You could find joy in a new health routine, or just knowing that you have the mundane aspects of your life taken care of and sorted and kind of locked down and ready to go. On September 6th, Mars will enter Cancer, highlighting home and family. That's your 4th house. Property matters, our roots, our ancestral history falls here. And because Mars is direct still, it's a great time to get the contractors, the landscapers, do your DIY home projects starting now. Tackling any like family healing issues, if any have come up, will be a better time to handle now before Mars enters its shadow period, which will happen on October 7th. And sorry, I'm going to look at my computer a lot because I'm referring to all of the dates. Mars is in its shadow period for a good 8 weeks before retrograding and after retrograding. Mars will fully retrograde starting in December in the sign of Leo, but will move back into Cancer. So you're going to have Mars bumping back and forth between your 4th house, your 5th house, your 4th house, your 5th house, highlighting the topics of romance, creativity, home, property matters, fun, speculative gains, all the way until next May, when he finally clears shadow and will start to go forward. On September 14th to 15th, Jupiter in Gemini will trine Venus in Libra. Financial prosperity, love and luck can happen from the 3rd house to your 7th house of partnership and love and business. Maybe a written or spoken project you worked on secures a contract and brings in a big gain for you. Venus and Jupiter, that's a big combination right there. Venus rules money, Jupiter is everything expanded. You could also find love via 3rd house venues such as like coffee shops, libraries, your local community, local music concerts, or online via social media for a few examples. So dress your best and put yourself out there around those days. Again, those dates are September 14th and September 15th. September 16th, Venus in Libra will oppose Chiron in your 1st house. There are a couple crunchy aspects this month with Mercury, and there's also good ones, but there's so much to unpack with the month of September. I'm just going to give you broad strokes. If you follow me, I will release a couple of shorts throughout the month of September where I'll go over how to deal with some of the harder aspects of the month. Right now, I just want to give you like the the big picture, you know, and I'm an Aquarius rising, so I like to look ahead and not get caught up in the nitty-gritty of the mundane, although we do have to deal with it and the hard things that do come up. Anyway, Venus and Libra will oppose Chiron in your first house. This could highlight a love partner, maybe reflecting over to you, your inner world, and maybe triggering topics of self-worth or things like this. Just know that this too will pass, and to take things as not to be wounded deeply by this, but more as like constructive criticism if there is something that they're noticing, you know, that might even be harmful to yourself. You know, whether it's a bad health habit or something like that. On September 17th, and here's the good stuff, the full moon in Pisces, partial lunar eclipse, will happen at 25 degrees. And I know in the August video, this is some housekeeping, I said the eclipse cycle is a 1.5 year cycle. I was really dealing with some Mercury retrograde issues at the time. And I had also said that the nodes were shifting into the Pisces Virgo axis in the spring. Not so. The nodes will shift into the Pisces Virgo axis on January 11th, 2025, lasting roughly 1.5 years. That's usually how long the nodes will last in a pair of signs, about 18 months or so. The eclipses on the Pisces Virgo axis will be with us starting now until the last eclipse, which will be in Virgo in February of 2027. So lasting roughly 2 years, 5 months. And you may have already started feeling the rumblings of this eclipse kicking off in August. The themes that will start to unfold now and going forward will be 12th house Pisces matters, such as healing, rest, recuperation, hospital stays, foreign shores, foreign currency, spirituality, deep art, inspiration, music, you know, divine downloads, creating a sacred space in your home for work or meditation. And I say that because the opposite side is 6th house Virgo, who is at the other end of this axis. Self-undoing behaviors like, let's go on a light note, like Netflix. Addictions fall here as well. Tapping into the Akashic records, charity work, large ocean animals. 12th house represents large animals. With this being a Neptune house, it could be whales, dolphins. Neptune will conjunct this eclipse, further enhancing the empathy for those in need, charitable organizations. Pluto and Uranus will make a sextile to this eclipse as well. And there could be sudden transformational realizations around your faith, beliefs, where maybe you've had blinders on or blind spots in the 12th house topics that I just mentioned. Since it's a culmination, maybe you can see where you need to change your behaviors to better your health. If you have addictions to something, you can deeply access buried feelings, fears, or traumas and release them now. Especially if you've been working with like a 6th house Virgo health practitioner or healer. And this can also happen if it hasn't happened for you now. It can maybe come to light at the time of this full moon and show you where you need to start taking action. And these types of healers and people can come to you over the next 2 years, 5 months, and they will be very faded and possibly from a past life, as this South Node along with Saturn can represent past lives, and the 12th house is definitely a past life house as well. Last but not least, you could be having psychic awareness, mystical experiences, precognitive dreams or premonitions can come through now, as this is a very profoundly aspected lunar eclipse with Neptune and Pluto and Uranus are involved. You know, the veils between the worlds thin at this time, and you could be also receiving dream messages from ancestors who have gone before. Virgo energy in your 6th house will look like perseverance and organization to handle your mundane day-to-day matters, to maintain your work and health. Letting go of bad health habits, or maybe your health became ran down while you've had the North Node on your ascendant, and you were working yourself into the ground, and maybe you need rest and healing. I know a lot of Aries have been very amped up with the North Node in their 1st house, or affecting their sun and moon, at times working themselves sick, I'm sure. Okay, yeah, a thinning of the veils happens. I mentioned that when eclipse portals sweep open, often bringing in fated circumstances and fated people into your life. It's a great time around the eclipse too to get involved with some kind of like water flow, especially since this is a Pisces eclipse and Pisces rules the oceans. So, you know, maybe swimming or I don't know, things like that, putting a little waterfall in your home, like one of those little plug-in waterfalls, especially if you have like a home office that you're dedicating like a sacred space to like meditating or creativity. It's a great time around the eclipse too to meditate and see what kind of downloads come in from the ethers and from your ancestors. On September 23rd, the sun will enter Libra until October 23rd, illuminating your 7th house of your cosmic +1 partners or other close relationships, and business partners can fall here as well. Enemies also fall in your 7th house, oddly enough, but if you think about it, oftentimes lovers do become enemies. But we're going to go with the positive examples for now. Diplomacy, tact, balance, making sure we're heard and hearing others is important during this time. As a desire for like deep peace and love and romance can, be in effect during these weeks that the sun is in Libra. Also, Venus moves into Scorpio on the 23rd, same day, until October 17th, bringing a focus for the next few weeks to your 8th house of death, rebirth, transformation, deep soul bonding, intimacy with a partner, especially because your 7th house is being lit up and your 8th house. So take that for what you will. This is also a house of magic and the occult. Tarot and astrology can fall here as well. Other people's money, shared resources, taxes, loans, inheritance, etc. On September 27th through October 14th, Mercury moves into Libra, joining the sun in your house of other, highlighting business contracts, which will be great to sign now, by the way, with everything direct. Relationships, significant others, important relationships overall will be in focus now and over the next few weeks. You could be on the move also with an important business partner or a partner in love. You could be traveling as well to sign a business contract. You could also be having private conversations at this time with the love or marriage partner, clearing up any kind of like Mercury retrograde confusion that might have come up while we were dealing with Mercury retrograde, all throughout August and, as far back as late July. On September 29th to October 17th, Venus and Scorpio in your 8th house will trine over to Mars and Cancer in your 4th house. If you were having any difficulties in love and marriage, this beautiful trine can be used over the next few weeks to bond more deeply with a partner, have deeper intimacy, have a transformation via serious discussions now, and there'll be some like uncomfortable Mercury aspects throughout the month. So I see this as a really good time to heal those areas, have those serious discussions, especially with the inner planets direct. It's a good time to have those talks if needed. These are our water houses, and that's the 4th, the 8th, and the 12th, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, where we a lot of times will store trauma or deep family conditioning from past lives. In Vedic astrology, these are moksha houses, liberation houses, where we can heal our ancestral wounds before moving on to the lighter, brighter houses of the 5th, which is romance and creativity, the 9th of higher mind and spirituality. Gurus fall there. It's a Jupiter ruled house, and the 12th is a house of deep, deep spirituality. You could be healing any of these topics in love, home, relationship now. On a lighter note, you could be securing a property deal for a new home, taking out a loan, as the 8th house rules other people's money and loans. It would be a great time for this. With Venus here in the 8th house, you could get like a really great rate on a loan, great time to borrow for home projects that maybe you have to do yourself, especially with Mars being in Cancer in the 4th house. Also, you could be earning money through investments over the next few weeks or seeing a return on them, or possibly money can come through from the sale of a house. And yeah, I think I'll leave it on that note. One thing that I forgot is that I pulled a card for you for the Pisces eclipse, and this is like way too funny, but I got the King of Cups, and I'll show him here. He's beautiful. Let's see if I can get him into focus. I love this card. It's my favorite. This is my favorite tarot deck, the Mystical Moments. He's just gorgeous. And I feel that this card is perfect for the Pisces eclipse. Over the next 2 years, 5 months, maybe you can start to emulate, the King of Cups energy with that balance of emotion, or if you are starting a project that helps the oceans or children and tapping into that deep empathy. And as being, you know, a very like Martian cardinal sign, you would definitely be the one initiating projects, taking the lead, being the protector and the warrior for good. Yeah, this is just such a beautiful card. I love the synchronicity with that. And even in this card, there are, looks like sharks and whales and a ship, and he looks so calm, the King of Cups in this picture. I love it. So yeah, so I think really getting a handle on your emotions if they've been kind of helter-skelter, and emulating this King of Cups energy will be coming to the forefront for you over the next 2 years and 5 months. All right, Aries, we'll see you in October, and I'll start talking about the last Libra eclipse at the end of September.